Hello everyone and welcome to Sunburned Albino plays Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, episode 29. We're finally about to start this trial. Gotta get to the grounds first. They're gonna let me fast travel there. It would be neat. It's been a couple days since the last episode, since I recorded since the last thing. So I'm gonna need to catch myself back up. And obviously we'll do that by reviewing the truth bullets like we do, just to make sure that we're all on the same page here. Which we should be. There's some things I don't get, like I don't get particulars, because, I mean, you just don't have enough information to have that happen yet. But we'll get there. It looks like that's everyone. Oh, this everyone, huh? There a lot less of us now.
It's plain to see.
This is just half of what we started with.
Unfortunately.
Because we've allowed this game to continue, we must stop it somehow.
Right?
But we can't stop now. We can't let the fun end.
Don't!
Cut it out. I'm certain this trial will be the last one. Let's focus on surviving this class trial first.
I guess.
You're right. If we mess up here, all numbers will go down even quicker. It'd just be the culprit left.
But...
That might be okay. Maybe that's just another way to stop the killing game. If we all die, then the killing game would end.
What?
Don't say stupid crap like that. It's pointless if we all die.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to worry. We've got the ultimate detective on our side.
You're right.
Yeah, it's time for the detective to shine. Shuichi, please keep up the good work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Yes, I have to keep it together. This is the only time my talent can shine. I'm not just saving my life. Everyone's life is on the line. If I can't find the truth here, everyone will be sacrificed. And I will never let that happen.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
Shuichi, you're getting all tense.
Huh?
What?
I mean,
Didn't I tell you before? Shuichi, don't carry the burden all.
You get
And
it?
didn't I tell you before not to get in the way, Kaito? Huh? What's your problem?
You really don't...
We're all relying on Shuichi to carry our asses through this class trial, okay? You're like a parrot repeating the same lines over and over. You're bothering him.
Well, you know...
I think that's the most annoying thing you can do to Shuichi, you know that?
Huh?
What do you mean? I'm not...
Shut up.
Kokichi, you're annoying.
Please don't...
Whoa, killer girl's glaring at me. I was only kidding around. Maki's glare seemed to do the trick as Kokichi turned around dejected.
jeez.
Finally, that pest is gone. Thanks, Maki-Roll. Just suck it up, Kaito. Now's not the time to be bickering with each other.
Got it.
Ah, my bad. Sorry.
Kaito,
I'm okay.
well...
I know what you want to say, Kaito. You don't have to worry.
I believe in you.
I see. In that case, I'll believe in you and won't say anything else.
Shuichi!
But if you have any problems, let me know. I'll help you. I'm here for you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaito. Let's do this thing. Rumble, rumble, rumble. As far as, like, the grand scheme of this plot, this is obviously, like, all orchestrated by Kokichi, right? So... I wonder... Because I don't think he did it. It's too obvious that he did it, because they showed him pulling strings behind the scenes. Like, you don't do that and then have that also be, like, what phase value is going on. Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. The 8 of us got into the elevator. The door shut behind us. Although, if Miyu and Kokichi colluded, which I really don't see why they would do that since they're supposed to, like, hate each other and stuff. And like all those times before, we descended. It was dead quiet. The only sound I could hear was the beating of my heart in my ears. My body was trembling. The more I tried to control it, the worse it got. There's no way to get used to it, really. The fear of death. We were all fighting it, trying to be courageous. We all felt as though we were going to our own execution. No, not an execution. A test of our will to survive. And it's like they're setting it up to, like, where, like, Miyu was planning to kill somebody. And I'll just talk about it later. And though I couldn't explain it, my body stopped trembling.
Welcome!
Welcome! Go ahead and stand behind any open podium! Move your asses. You don't want to see what I'll do to you if you keep Father waiting.
Huh?
Wait, is he back to normal?
Why?
Huh? You not friend anymore? You jerks must feel pretty slick, using Monotaro's forgetfulness to befriend him.
Ah,
He just decided on his own that we were friends.
Bastards!
But I won't let you guys trick Monotaro anymore, because he's already forgotten. He may have forgotten that he was on Daddy's side, but now he's forgotten that he had forgotten that he was on Daddy's side. Thanks to me, because I smacked the stuffing out of him. Yeah, how confusing. Well, whatever.
Really?
I can't remember, but one of you guys is the culprit, right? I can't be in the same room as the killer. It's dangerous. I'm gonna go lock myself in my room, maybe even set up a barricade. That's another death flag.
Anyway.
Let's get it started. The heart-racing excitement is the blackened and the spotless face-off. We went to our podiums, as always. We knew what we had to do. There was no protest left in us. It's already the fourth time. The fourth class trial was about to begin. Miyu Iruma, the ultimate inventor. She may have given us a lot of trouble, but we all miss her. No, we don't. It's a tragedy, after all. She helped me and Kaede with those cameras, gave Kibo extra functions. In the end, she had done a lot for us. And the culprit that killed her is one of us. I need to discover who that is. In order to survive, I have to find the culprit. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Don't start barking, dog. Ella. Not now! I'm busy! Ella, come here. Ella. Fucking... Hey, can you guys hold on for like 10 seconds? Come in here, be quiet. Just enjoy life as a dog. For as long as you got that left. You're like 13, so you're on your way out. Which is sad. And of course I love my dog, but let's be pragmatic about the situation, especially when she's annoying me right now. Skills! We can buy one more skill. Increases maximum influence. Oh, yes! It says increases it a little. That's like a 1.5 times increase almost. Hella equip that. Oh, that's good. Okay. That's it then. Alright, let's view our handbook. So, like, they're setting it up to where, like, it's kind of like a Danganronpa 1, like, Sayaka class trial situation, where it's like, you know, it's revealed that the person who died is the person who was committing the murder. Or who was planning the murder, I mean. So the victim is the ultimate inventor, Miyu Iruma. The victim's body was discovered in the computer room on the 4th floor of the school. They estimated time at 6:30 a.m. No injuries are on the victim's body. And she's not bloodshot, so the poison's not going to make any difference. Miyu was found grasping her neck with both hands. She died with her eyes open and an expression of agony on her face. As the first to log out, Kibo was the first to discover Miyu's body. She still had her visor on at the time. If she still had her visor on at the time, she wouldn't have been able to see what was happening, if anything had happened to her. So that's going to come into play. I think Miyu's corpse is going to be a bullet that deflects somebody saying, like, so something happened to her in real life. For the visors to function, they need to be plugged into the computer with 2 specific cords. The red cord is for consciousness, and the blue cord is for memory. Consciousness. Blue cord is for memory. It is unknown what would happen if the cords were plugged into the wrong slots, but there's a chance that some kind of glitch might occur. Does Monotaro have something to do with this in terms of, like, nah. He was forgetful long before he discovered the computer room, I think. Or at least before the computer room played any part. Events of the chapel. While looking for the secret of the outside world, Miyu volunteered to search outside the chapel, which is where she ended up, her avatar ended up not being anywhere. Or just frozen, I mean. And split up from Himiko and the others. While Himiko, Maki, and Kibo were searching inside the chapel, they heard a loud sound as though something hit the chapel from the outside. When they went to investigate, they found Miyu's avatar on the ground. I want to know how someone could, like, throw their avatar so hard against the... Because I want to know how... It sounds like the loud sound is her body hitting the side of the thing, as if she was, like, thrown with colossal force. But, again, she's an unbreakable object, so I don't know if she would feel pain in the real world at that point from that. Kaito was the only one logged out from the virtual world. While he was looking for the secret of the outside world on the mansion's rooftop, a ring of light appeared around his feet and he was suddenly logged out against his will. Not knowing if it was okay to log back in or not, he went to his room and slept. Yes, and then we discovered the cell phone that made it so they could log other people out. The Killing Game Simulator's text file contained the following information. Objects can't break. Avatars can't be injured. However, the body's 5 senses are connected and any damage an avatar takes is felt by the user's real body. If an avatar takes fatal damage, then the real body will also die from shock. Even if they're treated as an unbreakable object? If we assume that, then, you know, being thrown mightily against a church chapel would probably lead to somebody's death. Besides that, the virtual world is the same as the real world down to the laws of physics. There are no special travel methods such as vehicles or warps. But what if that's a lie? And also we know, because like the wall and stuff, and the river flowing in the direction. With the exception of Miyu, who died before she could log out, everyone only logged in and out once each. The timestamps, yeah. What's important is when people logged out. Except, is it? It doesn't really matter when, if she was dead inside the virtual world, people logging in and out doesn't matter at all. In fact, the only person whom it matters that they logged out is Kaito, which actually kind of exonerates Kaito as a suspect, and he's the only one that's exonerated, based on my hypotheses. Because everybody is logged in. 6:30 is when she died. Kaito logged out at 5:17. Everybody else logged out after she was already dead. So, yeah. Unless Kaito logged out and then logged back in as somebody else's avatar, but that doesn't make sense because everybody was still logged in. Tsumugi's account. While Tsumugi was searching for the secret of the outside world in the virtual mansion, she saw Miyu's avatar through the window, which is going to play into there being walls that aren't actually there and stuff. While Shuichi and Tsumugi were in the mansion's kitchen, they heard a loud sound as though something crashed into something else. Is that the same sound? So does that mean we shouldn't have been able to hear it because of the loading point? If like the crash at the chapel, we shouldn't have been able to hear, according to Miyu. Of course, Miyu's the only one who ever said that we weren't able to hear that. But maybe we heard it the opposite way through the wall that doesn't exist. I'm still kind of lost on this whole only one of the walls thing, because it seems to me like both vertical walls of the map need to go away in order to be able to travel freely between them. I don't know what happens. I don't know how getting rid of one of the walls helps anybody. I'm really bad at geometry, though. A bottle of poison from the Ultimate Detective's lab was found on Kokichi's seat. The poison is neutralized if it is mixed into anything, but it is still quite dangerous, and even a small amount will kill someone. It causes subconjunctival hemorrhaging, making its victim's eyes completely bloodshot. I mean, it doesn't seem like this plays in at all, except as like a sort of false flag. Because Miyu's eyes weren't bloodshot. Unless the bloodshot effect only lasts a certain amount of time. I don't know. Map of the mansion. The first floor of the mansion in the virtual world is a salon, a dining room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. The second floor is only the rooftop. No one ever went into the bathroom. I assume that's where you got the toilet paper from. While looking for the secret of the outside world, Kokichi searched the salon, Tsumugi searched the dining room, Kaito searched the rooftop, and Gonta searched the outside of the mansion. Kokichi searching the salon. If we were in the dining hall and the kitchen, it's obviously possible that Kokichi went from the salon up to the stairs, but he says that the door was locked to the rooftop and he wasn't able to get in. But he definitely could have, like, that's where he would have wanted to search if he wanted to slip away. But then again, if he's the one who climbed up to the rooftop with the toilet paper, then he would have just had to go out the front door, which would have not passed by the dining hall or the kitchen. And then, if Miyu was already on the rooftop, she could have just thrown down the toilet paper to him, or he could have brought it and just like kind of threw it up there. But then it's weird that Gonta didn't see them if he was searching outside the mansion. And then Kaito at that point was already gone from the rooftop, assumedly. The virtual world is surrounded by walls on all four sides, and there is a loading point between the two areas of the map. The loading point splits the map into two sides, the mansion side and the chapel side. When going through the map loading point, sight and hearing are momentarily cut off. In order to go between the mansion and the chapel, it is necessary to go through the map loading point and across the river that runs parallel to it, unless it's not, because one of these walls is gone. But again, like, it has to be both the walls, I think. Toilet paper found on the ground outside the mansion. Yeah, that's obvious. Signboard uses a bridge. There was only one. Okay, so we know that for sure. Miyu threw it into the river, but it was later found stuck on the rocks in the river by the mansion, despite the fact that the river doesn't run that way. Which leads credence to the theory that you can go the opposite way. Past one of the walls that doesn't exist. Then we have a hammer. Found on the ground by Miyu's avatar, Miyu claimed she had rewritten the virtual world's program to delete all dangerous objects that could be used as weapons. Huh. I guess if she just got hit with a hammer, like, as an unbreakable object, she wouldn't show any signs of wear and tear, like, she wouldn't show bruises or anything. So if someone just smacked her in the head with a hammer super fast, like, her body would die from the shock, and it wouldn't even, like, leave any marks or anything. So I guess that could still be, like, the actual murder weapon. Then we have the lattice near the chapel found on the ground by Miyu's avatar. Was not seen in the chapel before that point because it came from the rooftop storage room. And apparently you can hide objects in your clothes. And yeah, this would be what you use to surf the river. I'm still 100% on that theory. Somebody used it to surf the river. Found on the ground by me, the cell phone allows its user to log out by saying their name into it. However, it can also be forced someone else to log out by saying their name into it, which is what happened to Kaito's, you would think. Found frozen and collapsed in the snow between the chapel and the wall where the virtual world ends. When a user logs out, their avatar disappears, but if the user's real body dies, the avatar stays in the virtual world. Since avatars cannot be injured, it doesn't look any different from when Miyu was alive. Oh, so avatars can't be injured regardless. It doesn't matter that she was an unbreakable object. Everything in the killing game simulator is assigned as one of two categories, human or object. Most avatars are set to human, however Miyu's was the only one that was set to object. While everyone was gathered at the chapel, Miyu told Kokichi to meet her on the rooftop of the mansion. Oh yeah, the fact that she was set to object was so she could travel between the map. Yeah, Miyu told Kokichi to meet her on the rooftop of the mansion. However, when everyone was deciding how to split up, Miyu volunteered to search the chapel. Kokichi agreed to meet up with Miyu on the rooftop, but because the door was locked, he couldn't, based on what he's saying. Because of that, he returned to the salon and decided to search there. There are no witnesses who can confirm whether or not Kokichi was actually in the salon. Coordinates in the virtual world are represented on an X and Y axis. Miyu added a wall along the length of the Y axis. The wall had a special setting that allowed non-human objects to pass through it. So could Kibo have passed through it also, because he's a robot? I wonder. There was that thing where, like, Kibo was at the chapel side, but we heard him scream, and he's lying about something. Kokichi's avatar had a special setting. If Miyu touched him, he would be unable to move. but I feel like he set that up. I feel like Kokichi is maybe trying to make it so it seems like Miyu was planning to kill him. But there's something else going on. And I think maybe there's maybe two different plots happening at the same time here. There's Kokichi's plan to, whatever, make Miyu seem like a killer, I guess. I don't think Miyu actually dying was part of his plan. I feel like somebody else kind of took initiative and killed her. Because they felt like it. And then when everyone logged in for the first time, an avatar user error occurred. I don't know what that user error was. But it obviously had something to do with the visor cords. And the only person who really had trouble with that is Himiko. It's like, my chopsticks are in my right or left hand, whichever. Although you'd expect, like, Gonta to maybe not know what's left or right either. Okay, so that's it. That's as prepared as we can get. Let me save. The evidence points to either Kibo or... I mean, that's really it. But it's dangerous to make these assumptions right at the beginning. We must let the evidence determine how the facts actually play out. Okay, let's start this trial. I mean, Kibo was the first one to discover the body. He is the only, probably, other non-human object that can pass through the wall.
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation. Screw it. This is tiresome.
You need more motivation!
I do. I really, really do. Now then, let's start this class trial.
Before we start, I just want to ask something since there's not a lot of us left. What happens if the votes result in 2 first places?
Huh? You mean like a tie? It means they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is correct. It's fine.
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start enjoying this life or death game now.
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi. The rest of us need to work together to find the truth. Got it! We can't die here! Oh my! Himiko has become so determined! It's true! People really do change!
But now she's lost what made her so unique.
That's none of your business!
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify...
Kaito's the culprit!
What? Say that to my face!
While we were all still logged in, Kaito logged out alone, right? You were able to move freely. Doesn't that mean you could have committed the murder?
Don't screw around! There's no way I'm the culprit!
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Mew.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know. We already saw that a bunch of times. So many times. Since Kaede.
The fact that Kaito was the only one logged out is suspicious. But he's not the culprit. He can't be. You're right, he can't. Okay, file 4, Kaito's account, small bottle poison Mew's corpse killing game simulator.
Kaito logged out first, by himself.
Okay.
Mew was still logged in, though.
Yeah.
That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
No.
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Of
Mew's
course it's
corpse
impossible,
would
because
wreck
I
the
didn't do
poisoning
it!
her.
I mean, we found
Pretty
that bottle of poison
straight
on
up.
Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
Alright, so they're throwing the poison thing out the gate right away.
Kaito logged out first. Mew was still logged in, though.
Yeah.
That's when you poisoned her, right?
Excuse me? No, the poison does bloodshot. That's the whole thing. Mew's corpse didn't have blood. Is the poison one of the
Kaito
bullets?
logged out first, by himself.
Fucking goddamn it, of course it is. I'm so mad. Oh, shit. There you go. I feel like you could use either. The status of her corpse also refutes that, because the poison is supposed to do bloodshot.
Mew wasn't killed by poison, and the warning on the label proves it. Drinking the poison would result in
50-50
subconjunctival
either way.
hemorrhaging. In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh, but Mew's body. That's right. Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
Then what was that poison for?
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Mew died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
Mew's real cause of death. The only one I can think of. Oh. Okay. Her cause of death was the loud noise. Is it the hammer? Hey, that's from the virtual world.
Oh no!
I guess it's not the hammer. I don't... This is a bit too broad. No injuries can be found in the victim's body. Excuse me?
I was wrong!
I don't understand, actually. Obviously! It's gonna be the loud noise, isn't it? Really? That's what it is? Oh my god.
I was wrong!
You can't automatically start me off with this. No. I understand. But, like, I don't understand. Was it the Killing Game Simulator?
This is it!
That's so fucking...
Mew's cause of death was the Killing Game Simulator itself.
You could not be more broad. That's like if I died saying my cause of death was Earth.
In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock. That was made clear in the program's text file.
Mew received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
In that case, it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator.
Gonta has question. Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
If you don't understand, then don't say anything.
If Mew was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
So her cause of death in the virtual world is the one that matters.
Oh, it seems like Gonta is confused. So why don't we review things a bit? So we split into two groups to find the secret of the outside world.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Samugi, Gonta, and that NPC Kaito.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late Mew.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation? That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up. Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
Oh, maybe. I was thinking, because like, if you hit someone in the head with a hammer, it doesn't make that much noise, right? It makes like a thunk, but it's not like an echoey thing. But if her body is an object, then maybe it's literally like striking metal, and in which case it would ring out like hella.
Let's begin then.
So, okay. The fatal damage that Miu received in the virtual... So now I believe that the hammer was the murder weapon and made a loud noise such as that. Yep, hammer.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Yeah! Excuse me? Gotta remember Miu's body. Was she really killed with a hammer?
Damn it!
What do you mean remember her body?
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Mew was dropped right next
The
to her
signboard
avatar.
was the murder weapon?
It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
No.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
Oh, yeah! Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. And that's why she was like
virtual
doing
world,
it in the
Miu
real
was
world.
fatally
Okay.
injured.
Oh, don't pause.
Our efforts on that
I don't know
first.
why I never thought of that, but I get, you know,
Whoever did
all
that
the
to you
possible murder weapons were all false
Was
flags.
dropped right next to her.
They're
It has to
fooling
be
me,
the
and it's pissing me off.
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
Because she was clutching her neck in the real world.
Miu's body showed severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
Yeah, she looked like she suffered. Very hard to look at.
Right. And the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, she must have been in pain in the virtual world as well.
The only problem with that is nobody's clutching their neck and then just leaves their arms there after they die. Your arms would fall limp at your sides.
Knowing that,
But that's fine.
I believe Maki is correct. Miu was strangled to death.
Yeah, definitely.
Then what was that loud noise?
Strangling and poison are the only methods that can make her look like she's suffocated. But we already removed the possibility of poison, so it can only be strangulation. Also, when a victim is poisoned, they commonly grab their chest or mouth. But Miu was holding her throat. It's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Oh. The Assassin Master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world? If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool. There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
Don't tell me she got strangled with the toilet paper.
But was there even a rope in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
Then they must have used something else as a rope.
Something for a rope, I have an idea of what it might be. I found it during the investigation. They're really like, they want you to...
This is it! During the investigation, we found
They're
toilet
making you
paper
put on your
outside
big
the
boy
mansion.
detective pants for this one. So then it wasn't used for climbing, or it was used for both? What would toilet paper be doing here?
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
Gonta, no can ignore that! What you mean, Shuichi?
Huh? What's wrong?
What, wrong? Shuichi goofing off! Not gentlemanly at all!
I know, yeah, and then I have to prove that it would work because the objects are unbreakable. So where is it? Where's the bullet? Killing game
No time for
simulator.
nonsense! You know can use toilet paper in place of rope! Would tear too easy!
I'll cut through your words.
Oh, good. You're not even going to make me go to the second round. That's cool.
The toilet paper wouldn't tear. Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Unbreakable?
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed by toilet paper. It was a fitting end for her.
It was.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
If the culprit meant to get rid of the evidence, they did a poor job of it. There was a much better place where they could have destroyed it.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Wait, we already know who brought that hammer. The person who brought the hammer.
That's it!
Hopefully you can't hear the garbage truck outside.
Mew was the one
It's
who
probably
brought the
gonna be here for a
hammer.
while.
Mew bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
I rewrote the program to delete all dangerous objects that be used as weapons.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
Oh, it's right outside the house. It's coming! Miyu brought the hammer for sure, but what did she need it for? We need to make that clear. Jesus
Let's
Christ.
assume that Mew brought the hammer.
I'm gonna say Miyu and Kokichi's
What was she
meeting.
planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer. Gonta, no! Mew gonna build stuff with hammer!
She probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone.
Yep.
I agree! Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Miyu called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
Kokichi's already figured it out. She was planning to kill Kokichi.
That's it! She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Miyu's plan, huh? I'm sure if I analyze the clues we found, I can figure something out. Alright, let's do it. But was that really her plan? I mean, who wouldn't want to kill Kokichi in this situation, you know? It's not like we blame her for it. tried to kill Kokichi. I don't know why you had to question that. We just established it was Miu. I think it was Shuichi. Is there a Shuichi option? I think we did this. It's Kaede all over again. You know, we're going through the motions all the while. Even the people watching us do the thing are completely in the dark of what we've been doing behind the scenes and not talking about in our inner monologues. Where was Miu trying to kill Kokichi? The rooftop? That's where they were asked to meet. Thinking time. Oh, the virtual world, obviously. Okay, guess we're not getting that specific yet. Whoops. Ran into the side even though there's no actual wall there. Interesting. This reminds me of that game, The Simpsons Hit and Run, which is a game I played for like an hour once when I used to have to go to a friend's house that wasn't actually really a friend, but they had owned like a berry picking farm and my mom wanted to go do that for some reason. I was bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat. Ooh! To divert attention, yeah. Never mind. So Miu brought the poison then?
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
What? Miu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that. When could Miu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
But she couldn't have.
And then what? She logged back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then Miu couldn't have placed the poison.
Then who put poison bottle?
The
I
only
assume-
person who logged out early was Kaito.
Kaito, your grave just got 10 feet deeper!
I mean, that's
No,
true,
it
but
wasn't me, guys.
I wouldn't say that it was him. If the poison is planted evidence, the question is when it was planted. We determine the when.
When could Miu have...
Show me... We're gonna take a quick siesta. Show me log in, log out stuff. Everybody logged in and logged out once. There's no record of anybody else. Unless Miu, like, deleted her logout record, but that couldn't have really happened at all. Miu logged in at 23. She was the last one to log in. Oh, which means she could have done it. Okay, yeah. Miu was the last one to log in. I got it.
Put the poison there.
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then
Okay, that's good. She didn't log out, she was just the last person to log in.
Nope, I didn't see that at all. If she hadn't logged in or out.
Then Miu couldn't have placed the poison. That's wrong.
It was Miu who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair. She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
That's right. It says that Mew was the last of us to log in.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That's right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
This was all part of Mew's plan. She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that. Mew used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
How did Miyu log Kaito out? Why, it was with the cell phone, which is right there.
This is it! It was the cell phone found by Mew's avatar. That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
Kaito Momoda. He logged out, just as I thought.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
But Mew never mentioned a cell phone, right?
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion. Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting. Don't you agree, Monokuma?
Do I? I don't know about that. Huh? Oh, wait. What were we talking about?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah! If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy.
Huh? Mommy?
Ugh. My head! I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
Anywho, it's a blessing in disguise that Mew died and not me.
What you mean?
'Cause she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted. And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
Then the reason Mew was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
You guys are only bitching because you haven't been to the virtual world yet. But once you go, you'll understand. Seriously, it's so fucking awesome. I know you guys will love it. And then, you're gonna fall in love with me for showing it to you guys. So let's just dive right in, okay? We'll do it together.
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation! Now we can start a real class trial!
Hey, Kokichi sort of sound like Monokuma.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
No, you're just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward! Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? Hoo. There, I did it.
He's completely lost his
Listen up, Kokichi! To hell with this game of suspicion crap! I will never be okay with it! I'm just gonna believe in everyone! Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them!
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die, you know that?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My...
You were meeting with Miu, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Miu.
You didn't?
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
But isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either. Also, I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting.
I remember. You and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
But was the door to the roof actually locked? When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locked the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked, so you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that.
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Miu's death.
Truth?
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Miu who chose the meeting place. But I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see. Miu sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
Whoops, my hand slipped.
If that's the case, then Miu might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
It's true. We need to determine if Miu was actually there or not. Did she go? Or was she never on the roof at all?
Miu was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Miu should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
Yeah.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So,
No, it
her
wouldn't.
meeting with Kokichi...
She stood me up!
At first glance, it seems as if it's impossible for me to go to the mansion. There has to be some evidence
Miu
that
was
shows
waiting
it's
for me to
possible.
arrive.
Miu was
I'm sure she was
for me
waiting
to
on the rooftop of the
arrive.
mansion.
No, Miu should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell,
Show me Tsumugi's account. While Tsumugi was searching, she saw Miu's avatar through the window.
it's right next to the chapel.
How would she
Okay,
have
so
gotten
I think
to
we're
the
gonna
mansion?
refute,
There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
things
So
there.
her-
Meeting with
Tsumugi's account.
She
Proving
stood
that she
me
was
up!
not at the chapel, she was at the other place, the other place.
Miu was waiting
We
for
don't
me to
know
arrive.
how yet.
I'm
so
sure
it
she was
might
waiting
not
on the
be
rooftop
a
of the
perfectly
mansion.
Great
No,
rebuttal.
Miu should have been at the chapel.
But hey, it worked out.
That's
so
wrong.
fine.
Mew must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah, when I was searching the dining room, I saw Mew pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Sorry, I thought I was just mistaken at first, since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Mew.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
It must have been some special method only Mew knew, like with that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure out. It's called a secret method for a reason.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-OK.
What?
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time. This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
Shut up!
I don't have time to deal with Kokichi. Right now I need to focus on the case. I'm positive that Miu used some kind of special method to get to the mansion. Okay, I just have to figure out what it was. Alright, is it gonna be the lattice? Is it gonna be the wall? Which part are we getting to right now? Wall added by Miu.
A way across that only Mew knew about.
Settings on
Like a hidden
Kokichi's
bridge
avatar.
besides that
yes,
signboard, maybe.
100% this.
Or
Hidden
instead
bridge
of
now.
bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Nope.
Or maybe she teleported with magic.
No.
Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could.
Uh-huh.
I agree.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass through.
Don't be naive, Shuichi.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, you set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious, but it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? Are you losing your edge? Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
Is he gonna talk about the fact that only objects can pass through it, and then we have to be like, but Miyu's avatar settings?
What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion. So why waste time talking about the impossible? It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
Now, wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
But she
Kyle,
is.
cut through your words.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
Then her secret route was through that wall?
that's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map. I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? 'Cause Mew said...
No, you're not trapped here. Beyond that wall is the end of the world, literally. Past that wall, nothing exists. Everything ends there.
She probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
Mew lied. Huh.
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
And that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys